Welcome to today's video, which is a project pan finale. I am very excited to be finishing up some projects. This is the 12 Pans of Christmas project pan. This project has a lot of nostalgia for me because this is my 4th year doing this project. This was created by Jacqueline Lovine, and she is one of the first project pana that I watched way back in like 2015. It had a lot of nostalgia for me, so I really wanted to do it. I had to set a lot of usage goals because I just had too many other projects going on to really finish up a lot of stuff before the end of the year. Stay tuned for my year-long makeup empties. Hopefully that will be happening in the next week. I've been posting other project pan finales as well if you want to catch up on those. I'll link my project pan playlist. Also stay tuned for my Pan That Palette finale. That should be happening very soon. I'm excited. And then in the new year, I am starting some new projects. I'm very excited to refresh everything. I actually do have a couple empties though on this project. It was not the most successful, but actually I have a few empties, so not bad all around, and let's get into it. Let me quick mention the items that were just usage only. One of them was the Hourglass sculpture palette. My goal was to use this 10 times and I did do that. And one use could have been like using 3 or 4 of these powders or just one. And I really do enjoy this one. I gotta say, I don't think I've used it as much as I wish I had at this point, but the rest were eyeshadow palettes. I had purchased quite a few eyeshadow palettes towards the end of the year, and I really just wanted to get some use out of them because I felt like I bought way too many at once, honestly, and which is why I'm going on a low buy in the new year. That video will also be coming in the next couple of weeks, but another palette that I bought in the last few months that I had not even used, I think, before putting it in this project is the Smashbox Ablaze. My goal was to only use this 5 times, and I did do that. This is beautiful. I'm actually very surprised. This is a really nice quality palette. I enjoyed that quite a bit. Another newer-ish palette is the Natasha Denona. This is the 28 pan green and brown. My goal was to use this 5 times. And I did recently rank all of my Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes, so I'll link that video if you want to see that, which is why I wanted to use this one more to really, get my thoughts on it. So yes, I did reach my goal on that. Oh, and these usages are not total usages since I bought these products. I set those goals for only during this project, if that makes sense. The next one was the Safari palette, another favorite. This one I wanted to use 10 times, and I did do that. This one is very easy to combine with other palettes because it's an all matte palette, so I can easily just use 1 or 2 of these in the crease or on the lower lash line, something like that. So this one's very easy to reach for, and I'm pretty sure I have used this more than 10 times since I put it in this project. And the last usage only product was the Colourpop Hocus Pocus palette, and I wanted to use this 5 times, which also I did. Actually, I do like this one quite a bit. I don't think every shade is super amazing, and I don't like these mattes with shimmers in it, but these 6 here are particularly very nice. All right, I'll leave the 3 empties for the end, but I have 2 things that I made progress on, but I didn't quite hit goal. One of them was the Becca Afterglow Sunset palette. I really wanted to hit pan on Champagne Pop in this palette. I did not, but I do have a really big dip going in it. So there it is right there. I mean, there's a pretty big dip. This is not a very big pan. These are the size of single eyeshadows. So for a highlighter or blush, it's not a lot of product, but I just was not able to consistently use this as much as I wanted. As you will see, there was another highlighter in this project, which I did hit goal on that. So that is exciting. And then I also had several other highlighters in project pans. Again, I am so excited to refresh my projects because I think I just started doing way too many projects at the end of the year and it was too much. So I'm going to actually try to do less projects in the new year than I did this year. It got too much, but I got a really good dip going on this. I really do. I love this palette and I love Champagne Pop. I do have a full size of Champagne Pop though, which is why I really wanted to hit pan on that, but it didn't happen, but hopefully at some point it will. One more item that I did make some progress on, but I did not hit goal, and that is the Colourpop lip liner in BFF. This lip liner has been, I think, in 2 different projects this year, and I still haven't finished it, but I've been making Progress, for sure. Lip liner is incredibly difficult for me to use up, and I didn't use up any this year, which is kind of a bummer. I wanted to at least finish one, but it didn't happen. However, I do have progress. The other lines were from the last project that it was in, so this is where it is now, and then the line above that was the intro to this project. Definitely made progress, not bad. There's not a ton of this. I really hope in the future I can finish this because it's been in multiple project pans. I mean, I really do like it, but I'm a little disappointed I did not finish any lip liners. Alrighty, let me show you the 3 empties. This is the Lancome Teint Idole Foundation. This is a deluxe size I got from Ulta, and actually it lasted a decent while. I think I was able to use this almost every day for a month, and it worked out quite nicely. I did use it on its own, but the color ended up being a bit too dark, so then I ended up mixing it in with some other foundations and my Colourpop Tinted Moisturizer. That Colourpop Tinted Moisturizer is my favorite like mixing foundation. It just, I don't know, it just makes any foundation that's either too dark or too heavy just look better. I don't know, it's great. The color I had was 140 Ivory. This is a great full coverage, but not cakey foundation. I enjoyed this. I would consider buying a full size. I don't need any foundations right now, but yeah, maybe at some point I'll purchase that. I did finish up a face powder. I was so happy about that. This is also a deluxe size, but this lasted a while. This is It Cosmetics By Pores Pressed Powder. It is all gone, and I had pan at the intro of this project, and you see there's like this little stain there. What I did was, because it got so difficult to get onto my brush, because this is a pretty small container, I ended up repressing it, and I actually filmed that video if anyone wants to see how I repress. It's pretty easy, but what I did was I repressed it from this little container into my empty Wet n Wild powder, and it was so much easier to use because my brush, I was like bending the bristles trying to get it in here. So repressing it in here made it way easier to use up. And I do like this powder. I've owned a full size of it quite some time ago. It's a nice face powder, but I'm pretty sure full price it's like $30-something. I don't really need it. I have plenty of nice powders in my collection, but I'm really happy that I used this up. I mentioned at the intro, I had some bitterness towards this product because I redeemed a few things for Sephora 100-point perks earlier this year, right before they changed their point system to where you can redeem it for money off. And then I was super mad at myself for doing that. Not that what they're redeeming is that great. I think it's 500 points, you get $10 off, which compared to Ulta is not good at all. But honestly, I'd rather have the $10 than these little deluxe sizes. So I was kind of mad at myself that I did that. So I'm really happy that I used this up. I feel a little bit redeemed about that. And the last empty is definitely the most exciting. I finally finished my Becca Opal highlighter. This is a mini size, and I worked on this for the majority of the year. It is all gone. I'll show you what it looked like at the last update. It was all crumbled up, so shortly after I filmed that video, I did repress it. So at the intro video, it was just like a crumbled up mess because there was only a little bit left on the side. And I did repress it, and I gotta say, for a while there, I was being super lazy about repressing and I didn't really want to do it. But lately I've been doing it more, and it does make it way easier to use things up. So I totally kind of regret my stubbornness over the repressing that I had for a while, but it worked out and it made it way easier to use up. I'm so happy I finished a powder highlighter, even though it's a mini. This took me the majority of the year. Again, very happy I'm going on a low buy. I don't need any more highlighters at all, honestly. But yeah, and I do want to finish more in the future, but I got to start planning what that's going to be because a mini took me the majority of the year. That is crazy. I will say this did take a little bit longer just because Opal is slightly too dark for me, so I do mix it in with other highlighters. If I was able to have used this completely on its own, it definitely would have been used up faster. But still, a mini, wow. So yes, I am really, really happy about that. That is it for this Project Pan finale. Considering I was working on these things for slightly under 2 months, actually I think 3 empties is pretty good. Not too bad, honestly. So I'm excited. I will be starting new projects, a new Pan That palette. Stay tuned for those. Stay tuned for the year-long Makeup Empties video. Also the low buy intro. Lots of videos coming at you pretty soon. And I've been uploading 6 videos a week in December. So if you've missed any of those, check those out. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.